Corporate Finance, Core Topic 2, Forecasting Financials and Cash Flows, Learning Objective number 5. We're going to create a data table in Excel to think about the effects free cash flows or the effects of sales growth and CapEx on free cash flows. So we're going to go back to that last model we created where we had free cash flows of $150. And we assumed that sales growth was 20% and CapEx as a percentage of sales was also 20%. So I want to vary that and look at some scenarios where sales grow from say 0 to 40% and CapEx as a percentage of sales is between say 0 and 40%. So I'm going to create, instead of, I just want to create a data table to do that, and we can kind of talk about what it is. So I have sales growth. I'm going to write sales growth. And I'm going to put in 0, 10%, 20%, 30%, and 40%. And I'll make that 0%. I'll make these cell styles of inputs. Anytime I write a number in Excel, I put that in there. Let me move that over a little bit. And then I want to have CapEx percent. And I'm going to have 0. I'll just copy that. 10. Whoops. 20. 30. And 40. So I have CapEx varying from 0 to 40% of sales and sales growth varying from 0 to 20% growth each year. And so what I want to do is I want to have each one of these cells in this area to be a scenario of this sales growth and this CapEx. How am I going to do that? I just need to have a link to this final calculation, 150. Now you need to make sure that this final calculation is being driven by these two assumptions. In other words, this data table will not work if you just had 0.2 in here, right? And this has to be linked to the cell right here. All right, and that's also a very important lesson for Excel modeling. Never combine a formula with a number in the same cell. And always enter one number, enter an input once. In other words, don't put 20% here and then 20% here, because you're going to forget how to change that if you need to do some scenarios. So I have a link to this cell here. I'm going to select this area. Data, what if, data table. It says row input cell. My row inputs are sales growth. Find the original sales growth that drives this number. And then column is CapEx percent. Find the CapEx percent that is driving this number. Hit OK. Now every number here, I'm going to change that format to dollars. Whoops. Every number in this table, and I'm going to highlight this one right here, is a scenario. So I got, was that 5 by 5? These are 25 scenarios. If I have 0 sales growth and 0 CapEx as a percentage of sales, my cash flows will be 238. If I have, say, 40% sales growth and no CapEx, it's 303. Here's my base case scenario. When it's 20 and 20, that's the same value there. So a data table is very valuable and a powerful way of doing scenario analysis without creating, in this case, 25 different worksheets. Now what I often do, will make these calculations, and I always like to highlight the original data in here so users can see exactly what's going on here. So see what I did there. These are the inputs. This is the base case scenario, and this might be, say, a reasonable range of values for these variables. Last thing you can do, just to make, if you wanted to put this table into an Excel or a PowerPoint, one trick is you can't really get rid of this here, but here's a cool little trick. I can change the color of the text of this cell to white. Nice little trick. Now I can take this, copy that, and paste it as a value or as a picture in my PowerPoint, and I've got a nice little data table for my presentation. So in this topic, we just created a data table.